PewDiePie actually hit the nail right on the head.
So in a way, I can understand why you want to take down this video.
But again, PewDiePie was in the right by saying...
But the problem here is that you're just drawing more attention to it.
Trying to hide all that drama only ended up bringing more attention to it. Again, in the moment, I was just doing that because I thought it was something that would calm down all the drama. Although I was legally within my right to take down the video, morally and as a content creator, it wasn't something that I should have done because, I mean, at the end of the day, those were tweets that me and Keem made publicly and videos that we made publicly. So I totally apologize for that.
The rich? No! Like the ultra rich, the ultra giga rich, unnecessarily
You have to clarify.
rich.
They're gonna clip that and it's gonna make you look bad.
Oh.
You gotta say the billionaires.
The billionaires.
Because you are rich.
The Bezos.
Don't look at the price. Don't look at the price. But guys, they are works of art. Let's be so for
P.O.'s arrogant downfall didn't explode overnight. It crept in slow and ugly, like a bad rumor that just wouldn't die. This wasn't one mistake. It was years of tension stacking up, moment by moment, stream by stream, until the cracks were impossible to hide anymore.
Fans didn't randomly wake up and decide to turn on the biggest female streamer in the world. Their trust eroded piece by piece as the version of P.O. they believed in slowly stopped matching reality. The first real fracture showed up back in 2019 when Poke began filing copyright claims on videos that mentioned her, even if it was nothing more than screenshots or short clips pulled for commentary.
I didn't ask why she congratulated X. I asked, I guess in a way that was like supporting Kick. And I made it very clear to her. I was like, I'm not trying to reprimand you. I just feel like we've talked about this kind of stuff before, and I'm curious for your opinion as someone who's a friend of mine. I think it's good to talk to fellow streamer friends about how they feel about something, so you can also form your opinion, whether you agree or disagree. That's all. Do you guys have friends?
No, and this is why.
So basically, this Twitter drama became a even bigger drama thanks to the YouTube algorithm. So in a way, I can understand why you want to take down this video, because this selected thing blows up and becomes even bigger.
The wild part is her own streams were built almost entirely on reacting to other people's content while chatting with her audience. That contradiction felt off, and people noticed fast. Things really detonated when she copyright struck YouTuber Bo Black over a simple recap video involving her takes and Keemstar, and the internet didn't just react, it boiled over. That move pulled commentary YouTuber Purify into the spotlight with a video titled, "Stop Doing This." And this wasn't some rage rant either. Purify called Poki out by name, calmly, clearly, and without insults. He said he understood her side, but made it clear she wasn't getting a free pass just because of her status. He broke down why abusing copyright tools is dangerous, how it sets a reckless standard for creators, and why it hurts the entire platform. He also exposed the hypocrisy loud and clear. You can't claim ownership over reactions when your own content thrives on reacting to others. As more people watched these breakdowns, P.O.'s wholesome image started slipping fast. Then something rare happened. At the peak of Backlash, Poki actually listened. She responded publicly, admitted she was wrong, and apologized instead of doubling down. And for a moment, the internet respected that move. But that lesson didn't stick for long. In 2020, YouTuber It's a Gundam dropped a video titled "Simp Willingly Goes Homeless for P.O." And that cracked open a whole new chapter of controversy. This time, the focus shifted to her fan base. It's a Gundam shared a private conversation between two fans that made people seriously uncomfortable. One fan admitted he donated $1,000 to Poke while being 4 months behind on rent. That detail hit like a gut punch.
It's that you're just drawing more attention to it. It's the Streisand effect every single time. The more you try and hide something, the more people are gonna find out about it. All these people that I brought up today have examples of using other people's content for their own content. They could all get copyright striked just the same way they copyright strike other people or claim their videos.
Gundam used it as an example of what he called parasocial behavior gone too far inside the community. He broke down how some fans weren't just supportive, but deeply obsessive in his eyes. And that's where alarms started ringing. Certain supporters genuinely believed that if they donated enough money, it could somehow turn into a real relationship with P.O. herself. That mindset is where things get risky, messy, and uncomfortable fast, especially when money and emotional attachment collide. On top of that, Gundam straight up mocked her content style. He said much of it leaned heavily on reaction videos, recycled trends, and copying Fortnite dances, yet still pulled millions of views like clockwork. To him, it felt lazy, overhyped, and protected by her status more than actual creativity. P.O. took that video as a direct shot, not just at her, but at her entire fan base, and she fired back live on stream. She didn't stop at criticizing Gundam's takes either. She went further and publicly called out the sponsor of his video, and that's when everything escalated instantly. That move sparked immediate backlash. A lot of people felt she crossed a serious line by aiming at someone's sponsor instead of addressing the criticism head-on. It looked less like a defense and more like pressure, and that made viewers uneasy right away. Her fans then flooded Gundam's content with hate, almost proving his original point in real time. P.O. never really addressed the arguments he raised. Instead, she tried to talk over him and shut the whole conversation down. When viewers pushed back, she doubled down, saying content that spreads lies, misinformation, or appearance-based insults shouldn't be sponsored. The idea that a massive streamer could threaten someone's income rattled a lot of people, and things only spiraled further after that. During a later live stream, P.O. accidentally opened a browser tab showing a scene from an adult film, pushing her image into even murkier territory.
I planned a vacation for around this time, but I honestly should not have taken any time off prior to acknowledging or addressing or apologizing for these things. I'm very, very sorry, and I'll make sure that in the future, if I am to comment on any part of a video, it's just its actual contents, not the sponsors, and also not to encourage my community or my viewers to leave any sort of negative feedback.
The moment barely lasted a second, but this was Twitch chat, and Twitch chat misses nothing. Clips popped up instantly. What should have been a forgettable slip became non-stop replay material for reaction and commentary channels. P.O. moved fast, took the stream down, and said the tab opening was accidental. Still, the real controversy didn't explode until Twitch stepped in, or more accurately, didn't. This was a platform known for banning streamers over far smaller slip-ups. Yet P.O. walked away without even a temporary suspension. No timeout, no slap on the wrist the public could see, nothing. Later, P.O. tweeted that she had only received a warning, even joking that at least it made a good meme. That joke didn't land the way she expected. The mood shifted fast, and suddenly a lot of people weren't laughing anymore, especially her critics. To them, this felt like the cleanest example yet of what they'd been saying for years. Twitch plays favorites and enforces rules differently depending on who you are. That's when the word privileged started flying everywhere. Slowly, P.O. stopped feeling relatable, even to fans who once defended her without thinking twice. The frustration wasn't just about the mistake itself, it was about her response and how Twitch handled the situation like it was nothing. And 2020 wasn't done stirring chaos yet. Another storm was already loading in the background. This time it involved former YouTuber Leafy is Here. He'd been watching from a distance for years after the It's a Gundam drama and the Twitch incident. Eventually, he decided he was done staying quiet. Leafy uploaded a wave of videos aimed directly at P.O. He went after her content, her influence, and her role on the platform.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like if you're a broke boy, just say
I don't
something.
know what would possess her to say something so rude and nasty to the audience she is trying to sell this product to. To directly shame the consumer that you want to buy into your product is a galaxy brain tactic. A strategy that I'm not sure the success rate of.
He claimed she brought nothing original to the space and argued that most of her streams boiled down to low-effort reaction content masked by personality and vibes. That clash kicked the backlash into a whole new gear. Then came the claim that flipped everything upside down. Leafy accused P.O. of secretly having a boyfriend and hiding it from her audience. He offered no real proof, but that didn't slow the internet down at all. The rumors spread fast, and soon the phrase "Poki boyfriend" was everywhere across social media. What shocked people most was who pushed it. It wasn't just critics. Some of the loudest reactions came from her own fans. A portion of her audience felt betrayed, even though P.O. had never promised anyone she was single. The issue wasn't reality, it was perception. The parasocial image certain fans had built over the years cracked the moment they believed she might be in a relationship. And once that illusion broke, things were never the same again. Leafy was eventually banned from YouTube for violating harassment policies. But his removal didn't erase the controversy at all. If anything, the conversation around P.O. kept growing without him. She tried to laugh it off at first, posting a photo next to a cardboard cutout of Barack Obama and jokingly calling him her boyfriend. That joke didn't land the way she hoped, with everything already spiraling. The timing felt off, and people weren't in a laughing mood anymore. Soon after, P.O. announced she was stepping away from streaming for a month to focus on her mental health, but instead of calming things down, that decision upset even more people. To a lot of fans, it felt like she dipped right when they wanted answers. Questions kept piling up, and silence only made the tension louder. The noise followed her into what was supposed to be a break, and the pressure didn't let up at all. Things got so intense that she cut the vacation short and returned after just 2 weeks. In her apology video, P.O. admitted she made a mistake by leaving before addressing the backlash directly. She also looked back at the "It's a Gundam" drama and owned crossing a line, saying no matter how she felt about his video, going after a sponsor wasn't the move. Finally, she addressed the boyfriend rumors, explaining that she wanted a firm boundary between her personal life and her career. That clarification mattered more than people expected. After the apology, it felt like P.O. had finally pushed past the worst of the drama. For the next few years, things stayed relatively calm. Streams were steady, backlash stayed low, her image slowly stabilized, and it looked like the storm had passed. But the moment that arguably did the most damage to her public perception came from something meant to bring her closer to fans. In 2023, P.O. launched her healthy cookie brand, Minus Snacks, expecting a feel-good business win. Instead, it turned into an instant headache. The price alone raised eyebrows. $28 for a pack of 4 cookies felt wild to a lot of fans, especially longtime supporters who had been there since the early days. Then things got worse. Fans started digging. People noticed the cookies looked almost identical to another brand called Toasty Midnight Mini Cookies. That wasn't all. Both products were linked to the same manufacturer, and that discovery sent the internet straight into detective mode. Accusations started flying that P.O. was buying $10 cookies and flipping them for nearly triple the price. P.O. stepped in to defend herself, saying Minus Snacks had been a passion project for 2 years and that the pricing reflected quality ingredients and brand costs. That explanation didn't slow the backlash at all. Frustration spilled onto her streams, emotions ran hot, and what started as a business launch turned into yet another moment people wouldn't let go of. She addressed the complaints head on, looking straight into the camera with a message for people saying they couldn't afford the cookies. That moment flipped everything for a lot of viewers. Instead of sounding understanding, it came off dismissive and out of touch, especially to fans who had watched her grind from long streams to millionaire status. People felt talked down to. The vibe shifted instantly. Even Moist CR1TIKAL jumped in, calling her out for sounding disconnected and for turning frustration toward her own audience instead of the situation itself. Public opinion flipped almost overnight, and what was supposed to be a wholesome brand launch became another crack in P.O.'s image, one that didn't fade easily. P.O. followed up with what many fans called a partial apology. She brushed it off by saying she was joking, but for a lot of people, that excuse felt familiar. Whenever something blew up, it was never really her fault. It was always humor taken the wrong way or something she didn't mean seriously. That explanation stopped working for a growing part of her audience, and the controversies didn't stop there. One of the streamers she had a public history with was XQC. They were never best friends, but they collaborated, played games together, and occasionally disagreed like normal creators. From the outside, it looked like a respectful, professional relationship. That's why what happened next caught so many people off guard. In 2023, XQC announced his massive deal with Kick, reportedly worth around $100 million, instantly becoming one of the biggest moments the streaming world had ever seen. Instead of congratulating him, P.O. reacted skeptically on stream while reading a chat message about Kick being the next big platform. She casually claimed Kick was basically just making Twitch money, and that Twitch could shut Kick down whenever it wanted. XQC responded quickly. He explained that Kick simply uses Amazon's AWS servers and that Amazon is far bigger than just Twitch. He said her argument didn't really make sense. That exchange alone might have faded, but a clip of P.O.'s comments went viral. Instead of clarifying her point, P.O. shifted the focus. She said the criticism was happening because she is a woman. According to her, the backlash wasn't about what she said, but who she was. That response only made the situation louder. Things got even messier when a chatter asked if she would move to Kick for $10 million, and the chat instantly exploded. Her answer didn't calm anything down at all. Instead, it poured fuel on a conversation fans were already tired of excusing. P.O. said her stance was about principle, but to a lot of people watching, it started sounding like straight jealousy creeping through the cracks. Her tone rubbed viewers the wrong way fast. Many felt she was low-key mocking XQC instead of actually addressing the situation honestly. The energy felt petty, not thoughtful, and that perception stuck. And XQC wasn't about to stay quiet. He fired back, calling out what he saw as clear double standards. He pointed out that PO took the moral high ground over Kick, yet never spoke up about Amazon's long-standing partnerships with gambling platforms like DraftKings. At first, it looked like the situation might finally fade out, but then it got even messier. Valkyrie publicly congratulated XQC on his Kick deal, and things took another turn. She later revealed that PO had privately messaged her. According to Valkyra, PO said she was surprised she would support something connected to gambling. That revelation didn't sit well with fans at all. To many, it felt like PO was pushing her personal beliefs onto other creators behind the scenes. Even XQC seemed caught off guard when that information went public. The tension was no longer subtle. The final break came soon after, when PO went public trying to explain what she meant by messaging Valkyrie, but that explanation didn't land the way she hoped. For most viewers, it stopped feeling like moral concern. It started feeling like she was struggling with the fact that XQC had outgrown her in that moment. That context made what happened next make more sense to fans. In 2024, after nearly a decade as one of Twitch's most recognizable faces, PO shocked everyone by stepping away from her exclusive contract. At first, people assumed she just wanted freedom to explore other platforms. The real reason came later on her Spotify podcast. PO said it wasn't about chasing new opportunities. She explained that changes in Twitch culture played a major role, hinting that certain aggressive online movements made the platform feel less like a place she wanted to stay. This time, PO wasn't pointing at random trolls hiding behind anonymous usernames. She was calling out some of the biggest, most established creators on the platform, mostly male streamers with massive audiences who, in her words, helped normalize misogyny and toxic masculinity on Twitch. It was a heavy accusation, and it instantly split opinions straight down the middle. While PO painted Twitch as a hostile environment, not everyone was buying that version of events. A lot of viewers remembered how Twitch had repeatedly protected her, while other creators got punished for way less. Bans were handed out left and right, yet PO often walked away with warnings or nothing at all. So when she framed herself as a victim of the platform's culture, plenty of people weren't convinced. To them, this didn't look like escaping toxicity. It looked like a strategy shift. Streaming had changed, the audience had changed, and a new generation was running the scene now. The old formula of sitting back, reacting to videos, eating on stream, and coasting on vibes wasn't pulling the same numbers anymore. The meta had moved on, and even MoistCare1 Tikal pointed that out publicly. He questioned her logic, saying if red pill culture was the real problem, then YouTube was an even bigger hub for that content than Twitch ever was. Yet YouTube was exactly where she chose to go. To him, it felt like she was rewriting history while ignoring the fact that Twitch had bent its own rules for her for nearly a decade. That disconnect didn't sit right with longtime viewers. Then in April of 2025, PO found herself right back in the spotlight. She went live from the streets of Paris with fellow streamer and FaZe clan member Jason the Ween. The stream looked glamorous, expensive, and far removed from the average viewer's reality. Sitting on a yacht, the conversation took a turn that instantly made people uncomfortable. PO said something that rubbed viewers the wrong way immediately. Even Jason stepped in, sounding confused, asking her straight up if she wasn't rich herself and pointing out the irony in what she was saying. That clip spread fast and reopened debates many people thought were already settled. Instead of reading the room, PO doubled down, and that decision made everything worse. The moment the clip hit the internet, the reaction turned ugly fast. Viewers started calling her tone deaf. Watching a millionaire stream from Paris, designing clothes, while talking about hating the rich was hard for people to take seriously. The irony spoke for itself, and around the same time, another clip started circulating, pushing the backlash even further and reminding everyone that this story still wasn't done. This clip pushed things over the edge. It showed PO casually spending hundreds of dollars on designer mugs like it was nothing. The contrast was wild. Here was someone with millions in the bank telling everyday people to criticize wealth, all while enjoying every luxury money can buy without blinking. By this point, PO was bleeding credibility. People stopped treating her takes as thoughtful or sincere. More and more viewers felt like her opinions shifted depending on what sounded best in the moment, not what she actually stood for. That pattern became impossible to ignore in July 2025. A major, high-profile trial dominated headlines, and when the jury delivered a verdict that shocked a lot of people, PO tweeted a message telling everyone to believe the victims. Within minutes, fans pushed back hard. To them, it felt like obvious virtue signaling. People quickly brought up the past, reminding everyone that she had openly mocked Amber Heard during her trial against Johnny Depp. That comparison made her statement feel hollow all over again. Critics said it looked like she only supported victims when it matched the popular narrative or protected her image. PO apologized again, saying she had deleted those old clips a long time ago. That apology didn't land either. Fans wanted more accountability, including a direct apology to Amber Heard for contributing to public ridicule. Instead of closing the chapter, the situation kept escalating. And as if the backlash wasn't bad enough, some fans took things even further, pushing the controversy into an uncomfortable space. Her replies were flooded with sarcastic, made-up accusations like, "P.O. kicked my dog," with people pretending to be victims themselves. The point they were making was clear. On the internet, anyone can claim anything. So when P.O. makes broad statements about believing all victims, it starts feeling less like genuine support and more like grabbing the moral high ground with no follow-through. To a lot of viewers, this highlighted the bigger issue. Without real accountability, moving forward becomes almost impossible. Every time P.O. tries to reset her image or come across as relatable, the past resurfaces. Not because people refuse to let go, but because the patterns keep repeating.
Now it's on you. What do you think about P.O.'s rise, the backlash, and everything that followed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if you found it interesting. Share it with others. Subscribe to the channel for more deep dives like this, and we'll see you on the next one.